Hello viewers, welcome to Mumtaz Herbal Product Presents Voice of Excellence, a platform that celebrates and brings forward exceptional leaders and individuals who are shaping the future. This is Sadid Adnan Wahid, your host for today's show, and today we have the privilege of speaking with Dr. Ahmad Kamruzzaman Majumdar, the esteemed faculty of the Department of Environmental Science at Stamford University, Bangladesh. So join us as we delve into the world of innovative research, cutting-edge technology, and the inspiring work being done to face and address environmental challenges. Viewers, we are going to start the interview segment of our show, but before we do that, let us welcome the honorable guest of today's episode, Dr. Ahmad Kamruzzaman Majumdar, Professor, Department of Environmental Science and Dean, Faculty of Science at Stamford University, Bangladesh. Hello sir, how are you today?
I'm well, how are you?
I am also good, sir. We are very delighted to have you on our show. So, shall we begin?
Sure. It's my pleasure to have with you.
Likewise here, sir. So, sir, I am very curious to know one thing. Usually, our Asian parents, they have a tendency that they want their sons or daughters to be a doctor or engineer or a lawyer. So why environmental science? Like, what inspired you to pursue a career and study in this profession? Was there any particular event or experience that inspired you to choose this path?
Actually, from my childhood, I was very much nature loving, and I used to visit the tourist places around my hometown, Feni, with my friends. And later on, when I came to for my higher study at Chittagong University, I was very fortunate to have Professor Dr. Shahidul Islam. He motivated us for doing field study, field research and all these things. And that was the beginning of my journey in the field of environment. And I never stopped after that. Actually, I fully motivated to do my study, research, everything in the field of environment.
Sir, with a remarkable academic journey that spans multiple degrees and disciplines, what were your childhood aspirations? Did you always envision yourself in academics?
My father was my first educator or my mentor, and he used to teach me so many aspects around me: nature, forest, pond, river, all these things. And that was my first inspiration. At my college time, I start thinking about the surroundings, and my university life, I start with some field works and research activity in the field of environment. So finally, I became an environmental researcher, but it was not pre-planned at all.
As you are an expert in our country's environmental science, education and research, what are your thoughts about our country's environmental challenges and opportunities?
Look, Bangladesh, we have plenty of opportunities, as Bangladesh is a land of river, forest, we have coastal ecosystem, we have very strong youth power, and we have a population empowering potentiality. But as a coastal country, simultaneously Bangladesh faces a lot of natural disasters and calamities along with the climatic issues. The important is how we can bring good out of all the bad things. So I am very hopeful that in Bangladesh we will able to use our natural resources, human resources, youth powers, and above all the unity of the nation and the leadership that we are having. By using those, we can be a role model in the world as a developed country.
Sir, so environmental science is a field where research is very important. So I would like to ask you, how does Stamford University support students in conducting researches, particularly in the Department of Environmental Science?
Environmental Science Department is one of the pioneering department at Stamford University. This department actually promoting a lot of field-based research activity along with the classroom lecture, and it create a very good environment for doing the environmental research. We have good lab facilities as well as good and trained faculty members, especially even the very first semester student can involve his or herself in the research, as a department is involved with a number of national and international research projects. So the student get the opportunity to work and make them experience by involving those projects. So it's a win-win situation for the students, parents, for the university. That's why now the Department of Environmental Science of Stamford University is very well known, not only everywhere in Bangladesh but also worldwide. It is known as a really research-based department and contributing department.
How can these research insights be integrated into the curriculum of the students to prepare them better for real-world challenges?
Yes, look, Bangladesh is a developing country and huge infrastructure development is going on. So environmental impact assessment is obvious at this stage, and during the construction activity, the air quality and noise quality can deteriorate. So researchers like us as well as the environmental activists, for them it's a big challenge to stop the pollution by actually both in the policy aspect as well as the field intervention. So sometimes we need to put our intervention in the middle of the construction activity. So it means that all the government are not always happy on us because we put some intervention during the construction activity. But finally, when they understand that our motives is sustainable development and for the well-being of the people, so they are always cooperative with us. So I make the bridge between the lab information or research information and the civil society activist. So it's a challenging job, but I am happy to do that and happy to contribute the nation for building the sustainable development.
Sir, I must admire the challenging task that you are doing with such a happy and positive mentality.
Thank you so much.
Since we are speaking about challenges and problems, there is something that I would like to address. First of all, I am not an expert like you people, but as a mere observer or as a concerned citizen, we are facing a crisis of global warming. We all know it's real. We can see it happening. Like our climate and weather is not as it used to be like back in my childhood. So what are you and your students, what initiatives are you people taking, or what are your plans to face this issue?
Basically, the responsibility of the government to address all these things. But as a developing country, government alone cannot do the betterment of optimal level betterment for the nation. That's why educational institution, research organization should come forward and support the government and policymakers by giving the evidence-based information, scientific information, as well as supporting in the policy making, so that government can take the right decision for the people of the country.
Sir, but as responsible citizens, what are the steps that we can take ourselves?
As a responsible citizen, everyone definitely working in their respective field, like a doctor should follow his own responsibility, journalist should do the same thing, researcher. That means everyone should play their own responsibility in a good manner. That is the first one. The second thing is that we should actually lead a life in such a way that cannot harm our environment. That sustainable lifestyle, or our resource use should be in a sustainable manner that could not be harm our environment. So that is very obvious for the citizens like Bangladesh, as we have overpopulation, we have a lot of challenges, but we have limited resources.
Sir, as much as I know, you are also the chairman of CAPS. This is an organization who is specializing in environmental science and environmental pollution research. So what steps are you guys taking to battle this environmental pollution and climate change?
Actually, as every year when there is a index published for lifestyle, quality of life, pollution, then we unfortunately see that Bangladesh is in the top of the list, and different studies showed that in Bangladesh people are losing their life at least 7-8 years because of air pollution and other pollution. So that bring me think about establishing a dedicated research organization who can deal with only for the pollution. So we established Center for Atmospheric Pollution Studies, CAPS, and we are now working almost all the districts for monitoring air pollution as well as noise pollution. We are working with Ministry of Environment, Ministry of Science and Technology, Ministry of Health, and other government and non-government organization, and making the baseline data for air pollution and noise pollution. Also, one of the important job that CAPS are doing, that is providing the scientific or laboratory facilities for the young researcher and student from different university, and we are happily doing that. And our motto is to make air pollution and noise pollution, that means all the pollution study, more popular, so that more students can get chance and motivate for pollution study, and can find out a solution for those environmental pollution from a local point of view by using the local technology and local indigenous knowledge.
Sir, we have nearly reached the end of our interview, but before I go, I have one final question for you. What is your vision for the next 10 years, and how do you see your work's contribution in shaping our country's environmental studies and research?
So after 10 years, I dream for people sleeping without closing their windows, because there is a clean atmosphere outside, so people should not need to close their windows. At the same time, I dream our Buriganga, Turak, Doleshwari, all this river will be showing their very clean blue water, and our student will contribute for the sustainable development of the country. So I hope this department, this university, as well as the Center for Atmospheric Pollution Studies, CAPS, will work more so that we can build our nation with a lot of prosperity.
Sir, I do pray and hope that such a thing happens, and I get to live to see that day where we will see a city, we will see a country with clear fog-free skies, rivers flowing blue waters, and clean streets. Thank you for your time, and I had a great time and pleasure speaking and discussing about all these thoughtful and impactful topics with you, sir. But before I go, we have a small gift for you from our sponsor, Mumtaz Herbal Products. Sir, here's the gift for you. This is from our sponsor, Mumtaz Herbal Products.
Thank you so much.